What's good? What's good? What's good, fellow beardists, fellow beard lovers, beard enthusiasts? This is the um, Mr. Beard himself, Mr. I Rock a Beard, coming at you. Today is Sunday, April the 12th, 2020, and it is Easter Sunday, Resurrection Sunday for a lot of people. But this is a very special episode of Brew with the Beard. Well, why is it special, you may ask? Well, today, April the 12th, is the Beard's 39th birthday. And it's very, very early in the morning. I don't even know what time it is. It is 1:41 Central Time, and I am up. I am up and I am sipping and I am praising the Almighty for another year, seeing another 360 degrees around the sun, being able to be a part of different elite clubs within the last year, being a part of the Dad Gang with the birth of my son, um, being a part of Successful Black Men Under 40 Club, being a part of another elite clique, blessed, highly favored, and alive. A lot of things have been going on with the world as of recent, and a lot of people who forecasted that their lives would be a lot different this year in 2020. A lot of them set goals that this year would be their year, and unfortunately, um, this pandemic has swept through the world and taken a lot of people from this earth unexpectedly, premature to them achieving what it is that they set forth for themselves. So that puts a new perspective on life and on the things that I'm doing and on the things that we are doing. And everybody's feeling the hurt. Um, Recently I didn't expect that, the pandemic and its effects would um, hit so close to home. But I did have a friend of mine that I worked with in Brooklyn, a gentleman that from the day I met him and shook his hand, he's always treated me like family. Um, the last time I saw him was in 2017, and this was at Barbados Day in Brooklyn, and he was sitting on top of a speaker, and I went over and I shook his hand, and I believe we may have shared a shot of something that day, and I asked him, can I get a photo of you, and he allowed me to take a picture of him while he was sitting on that speaker box, and I saved that picture. It's not one of those pictures that was especially you know aesthetic in any way. It wasn't um, special at the moment, but um, I didn't know that that would be the last time that I would shake his hand. I didn't know that that would be the last time that I would see him, um, because he did pass away this past week due to the COVID-19 virus, and currently his wife is in intensive care and prayerfully recovering from this virus. Um, but all that to say, Current King, um, your passing has certainly affected me in a way that I wouldn't have anticipated. Um, you were always very good to me. Um, you always provided me with a laugh, a feeling of good spirit, and I'm pretty sure that there were times that you were doing that for me, that you may have been going through something yourself, but you never had a negative word to say to me. You never passed a negative word to me. Um, you were always a beacon of light and of good reverence, and I do appreciate the time that I did spend with you. May the Almighty just, you know, rest your soul. You know, I do believe that you were taken from this earth prematurely. I do believe that you had a lot more lives to impact, but I also do believe that because now you're not here, it's up to us that can continue that legacy for you. So, again, Mr. King, may you rest in peace. You'll miss. Certainly saddened by your passing, but understand that those who love you, including me, will continue that spirit and continue that message of love that you gave to others. So, um, don't want to bring the mood down. Again, it is a celebration of life. My 39th year. Um, what is Mr. Beard drinking today? So, I debated. You know, it's 1:45 in the morning, and you would think that I might be sleepy, but I'm actually up. Just got a chance to watch Bad Boys for Life, which I'm not gonna say it was a bad movie, but you know, in the trilogy, it definitely takes last place. Um, but it was interesting, and I just put my son to sleep. So I'm the only one up in the crib right now. So, in order to celebrate my 39th birthday, your boy is drinking Angostura Caribbean rum from Trinidad, the white oak version, which is the white rum, with a splash of simply lemonade in my cup. So I got a little bit left, and I'm gonna pour myself a shot before the end of the blog today. But I'm feeling good. I feel like God has blessed me thus far. To see not only the birth of my son, but to see my 39th year, to see another Sunday, just to see so much. I absolutely do feel blessed. I do feel like I have a lot to accomplish prior to me turning 40, which is another 359 days away. I don't believe in that 365 days bullshit. Because a full circle is what, 360 degrees. So why would it be an extra full? Anyway, whatever. But another full circle around the sun, and the clock is ticking. I have a lot to do for myself. I have a lot to do for my family. I have a lot to do for my kid. And I'm excited. I'm excited to see 40. I'm excited to see 45, 50, you name it. A lot of people take for granted, getting older, and a lot of people think that getting older is some sort of a curse or some sort of an anchor. Fuck that. I'd rather be old than the other thing, which is not old. And I don't mean young, I mean the other thing, that permanent thing that you can't come back from, you know. So, again, I'm feeling blessed, feeling good. Shout out to everybody that, call me at 12 o'clock East Coast time to wish me a happy birthday. Um, my boy Sean, you know, progenitor of the Dad Gang. Appreciate you, Specs. Craig and Maddie, Diana, Sean. I appreciate y'all calling from Jacksonville. Courtney. Um, we got to talk, Courtney, but appreciate all the love. Carl, obviously, you with the get it out the way, call early shit. That's your thing, and I appreciate that. Amina with the text messages. Um, who else? Jazzy. Um, everybody that's reached out to me tonight. I appreciate the love and the support and the kind words on my 39th. I don't know what to expect, to be honest, with this next year. It's been a roller coaster for me, as life is for everybody. It doesn't stay consistent. It doesn't stay on one level. It's constantly up and down, hills and valleys of life. But I appreciate both destinations because the hills allow you to see, what you've achieved, but the valleys allow you to process and kind of redirect your life to get back to a hill, you know, allow you to analyze what you've been doing and kind of fix a couple of things. So I'm blessed to make it this far, you know, especially with the world and the condition that it's in now. There's a lot of people out there that are trying to live their best lives and do what they need to do and support their families and going out to work, and some of them aren't coming back home, you know. And I'm certainly blessed to have a heartbeat, have a mind that works, you know, have blood that's flowing, have eyes that work, ears that work, you know. And the same for my son and my family, you know. So enough on that. Let me take a drink to my 39th. To all my team Aries out there, all my people born in late March, early April. We're very special people, you know. Not to say that the other signs aren't special, because you guys are special in your own way. But it's something about an Aries, man. You know, that beginning, you know, springtime. Everything's fresh, everything's new. And that's what we like to be to people. We like to be fresh and new. And um, we like to bring forth life, you know. And shout out to all my fellow Aries celebrating birthdays. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to us. May we continue to be guided and protected by the Almighty and blessed, you know. And may we forecast and put those blessings on others, because the blessings are no good if we just keep them for ourselves. So cheers to y'all. Happy birthday to y'all. Love y'all. Um, I don't really have much to talk about this morning. Obviously, we're going to talk about the coronavirus updates. Wow. So the United States finally took the numbers. Like we did. We finally have hit those numbers where we're surpassing the rest of the world. And what boggles me is like, yo, we are the most technologically advanced and medically advanced and in the world. And it's like, well, how did this happen? Is it negligence on our part? Is it us not listening to the experts when they say, you know, practice social distancing and wash your hands? I mean, I get it. A lot of people don't believe that this thing is real. And I'll be honest and open when I say I was guilty of that until my friend passed away. And it's like, how do you argue it at that point? You know, how do you make sense of it? How do you rationalize what you're really thinking at that point? You know, we're definitely in a state of emergency. You know, and I think that people need to take this thing seriously, um, because it's taking out people. And again, the recovery rates are much larger than the death rates, but it's a different gut punch when one of those statistics is somebody that you know and somebody that you've been friends with for a long time, and um, that's when it hurts, you know. So understand the impact of this thing, folks. And you know, I gotta say that seeing the streets empty, but people improvising and people still having that need to interact with people and having these virtual parties, and that shit is cool. You know, I was actually part of one last night. Um, Shout out to the D9 Getaway Group for an awesome roundtable talk last night on various topics. Your boy was a little sauced off that tequila, but it was still a good time. I mean, thank you for the birthday shout out as well, the birthday shots last night. But it just goes to show you that people can be absolutely creative in a time of chaos. You know, people can be creative in that they're telling us to practice social distancing, but we can still connect through technology. So thank God for technology, and thank God for the people who know how to take advantage. of technology for the betterment of people and not for the detriment. You know, um, I'm actually gonna post a link at the bottom of the posting, and it is in regard to how the Chinese in China are reacting to African migrants who are living in the country and how they're being treated based on the government telling them that this coronavirus originally started with people of African descent. It's so disgusting, you know. And the same thing is happening to people of Asian descent who are here in America. You know, they're being treated the same way. And I'm just going to share the video with you, but I can tell you that the behavior is absolutely reprehensible and disgusting. And you would think that if somebody told you that, hey, the origin of the coronavirus started with me, yet they're telling you to practice social distancing, that there's certain things that wouldn't happen. You wouldn't be following me up the street. You wouldn't be harassing me and trying to beat me up. You try to get away. Like, I'm the source of what's causing this problem. Why would you pursue me and try to do harm to me? You know, you try to stay far away. But I'll post the video so you guys can see it. Absolutely disgusting. I have worked in the healthcare industry for the last maybe 15, 16 years of my life, and I think I've always been considered an essential worker in that this is what I do, you know, when it comes to patient advocacy or patient access, you know, it's always been considered an essential position. But this is a little different where, you know, me being officially considered an essential worker where I have to report into work on a daily basis, and I don't get to work from home, and I'm working in the office, you know, and I'm doing site screenings and, you know, facing patients and and also facing other employees during this time. It has been a little taxing on the body and on the mind, you know, when you have to be at work for 5 o'clock in the morning as opposed to 8 o'clock. So you know you're kind of taking away 3 hours of sleep, 3 hours of rest, and then of course you got a kid at home who, you know, requires a feeding sometimes at 2 o'clock in the morning. So, you know, finding that healthy balance and then taking care of myself, you know, when I get in, and you know I still want to exercise, and but I still want to chill and still want to relax after a long day. So it's a lot that's going on. But being an essential worker also allows me to interact with people, you know, and I work at a cancer center. So when you have those people that their last ditch effort to live is to fight the elements despite what's going on with this pandemic, and they're willing to travel from far and wide just to ensure that, you know, they're getting the best treatment for their cancer, but their immune system is compromised, and they're traveling on planes and they're driving, you know, even with this pandemic they're putting themselves at risk, but they're saying, you know what, this is my last ditch effort to live and live long, so I'm gonna do what I gotta do. And to see that happen, it's inspiring. You know, you got people that coming in wheelchairs, young and old, you know, and a lot of people are complaining about being at home and not being able to go outside and being quarantined. Imagine being 15 years old and having cancer and being told that this is terminal, or this is something that can be potentially be terminal, and we're complaining about being inside. Meanwhile, they have to travel out of their state to another state just to be treated for a disease that they never signed up for, you know. And a lot of these younger folks, man, it's like they were perfectly healthy before, and then boom, something happened, you know. So being an essential worker at this point, it's tiring. It is taxing, but it's also rewarding in that knowing that I'm helping somebody, you know. even though I'm on the front lines, and I'm kind of battling the elements too. But these people give me a purpose. They give me a purpose to get up and go to work and to help. So shout out to all the essential workers out there, the nurses, doctors, first responders, law enforcement folks, firefighters, EMS, you name it. Those people that, regardless of what's going on in the country and around the world, they're still on the front lines fighting for us. You know, uh, Definitely appreciate all the work that you guys do. Um, my son, I don't know if my countenance or my visage, you know, gives off how much I absolutely love this kid and how much he has given me in the last 14 weeks. But this kid is something else, man. He's finally in that stage where he's baby talking, and he's talking, and he's talking, and he gives me an earful every night or every evening that I come back and I see him. It's like he's telling me about his day. And to be honest, just to hear it, and he's so engaged and he's locked in and he's here, and I'm paying attention and I'm asking him questions and I'm talking to him, I'm talking to him just like I'm talking to you guys now. And he just has so much to share, and I cannot wait till he's at that age where he can actually verbalize his words and get those stories out and actually get to converse with me. Even though we're conversing now, I don't know what he's saying. So obviously, in another 14 weeks, I'm hoping that we're at that stage where I'm understanding him and I know he's understanding me. But he's getting so big. Um, Me and his mother. We just glow whenever we talk about him and whenever we share our experiences, because even though our experiences are similar a lot of times, I think because I don't get as much time with him, um, my experience is a little different because it's condensed into a short amount of time. But when I get those same experiences, it's such a delight to share with her. And she is such a wonderful mother, especially for being a first time mom. Um, she is phenomenal. There's no other adjective that I can really use, because she has to learn things on the fly. She has to learn his cries and learn his movements and all that sort of stuff. And she's figured out a lot on her own, and I'm in a place where me being who I am and trying to figure things out, sometimes it's hard for me to humble myself and learn from somebody else. But she's taught me so much. Um, and I absolutely am indebted to her for um, just learning, you know, who he is, and you know how to put him and how to lay him on my chest. Like there's so many different things that she's taught me. Because again, my time with him is limited because of all the hours that I'm putting in at the hospital. So um, that's much appreciated. Um, but Mike is good, man. Mike is good. He's gonna be good, and just looking forward to so many more experiences with him. You know, um, he's the main reason why, as tired as I can be sometimes, like he's the main reason why I get up in the morning and why I go to work, and I find myself at work sometimes just looking at some of his pictures and some of his videos from weeks prior, and it's just like this kid is amazing, man. Look at what God created, you know. So Mike is doing good. Um, oh, the D9 calendar, the Divine Nine, sexy men of the Divine Nine calendar. Listen, your boy was personally selected to be a part of this project, and shout out to the creators of this project for reaching out to me. I've long aspired to do some sort of modeling, or something, just to kind of be the face of something. And the beard campaign is one avenue, and of course, me having my locks and giving advice on lock care has been another avenue. But this calendar has sparked a newfound enthusiasm for me, and as far as getting in shape and all that sort of stuff, like it has. And again, shout out to those who have reached out to me to be a part of this. Check out my Facebook page, or check out my IG. I've put up various posts about the D9 calendar. And again, I'm not into that whole TikTok thing. Like I don't really do that sort of stuff. But had to create a video the other day of me kind of transforming from kind of streetwear Kappa to suited up Noop, and it came out really good. But yeah, I'm gonna also post the link to pre-order your calendars for that. Support your boy. I'm traveling over to Atlanta to actually do the shoot in August. If things go the way that they should, and it's actually supposed to do it this month, but obviously because of the pandemic couldn't do it. But in August, I'm actually doing the shoot for the calendar. So get your pre-orders in. I'll definitely post the link in the description of the video. But yeah, this is something that has been very, very interesting for me. So I'll definitely share, the links to not only pre-order your calendar, but the links to the TikTok video, where you can just kind of see what we're doing. Link to the actual page for the D9 calendar people. So again, shout out to those who have put together the calendar shoot and everything. Thank you for giving your boy an opportunity to represent not only the D9, but specifically represent the Noops. Shout out to the bros. Yo to the bros, of course. But yeah, this first quarter of the year has been very, very interesting. Has been challenging in certain instances, but also has been rewardful because of those challenges. And I'm feeling blessed on my 39th. I'm feeling good, and thank God for life. Let me go ahead and pour this shot real quick. But beard enthusiast, I don't really have much else. I'm gonna try to get some rest, because there's not really much I can do, with the quarantines and all that sort of stuff. But I do intend to celebrate, whether it's celebrate having my son in my arms, or celebrate by a virtual party, or tuning into somebody's virtual DJ set, over IG or Facebook, or just playing one of my brother's mixes. Shout out to Culture International for providing the music a lot of times. Steve, what up? Anton, what up? But yeah, I plan to celebrate somehow. Gotta exercise in the morning though. I don't know how I'm gonna do this, but I gotta get a session in. Kick off 39 right. But I appreciate all the support that y'all continue to pour in with the questions. Again, I did promise that this episode I would answer some of your questions, but I think I might bypass that because again, it's a celebration. 39. So next time I'll get to your questions, and I'll pick the top 5 questions of this time period and get those answered. But again, cheers to life. Cheers to be giving to others, but to also be given an opportunity on a daily basis. I firmly believe that any day above ground is a blessed day. Again, shout out my fellow Aries, my fellow beardists, beard lovers, beard enthusiasts. Love y'all, and peace and love April 12th. It's a beautiful day, man. Um, you know, shout out to 39. I gotta go out and play that number too. If that shit hits and I don't play, I would be very, very, very mad. But shout out to love and to peace and to tranquility. Um, and again, I'll be back at y'all in about another week or two. But listen, y'all stay safe out there, stay protected. Um, Again, continue to wash your hands, sanitize, protect yourselves, wear these masks, um, social distancing, take it serious, um, so we can eradicate and stomp this thing in the ground and get rid of it. All right, love y'all. Bid us out down the hatch. Happy birthday to me, 39. Let's do it. No chaser. We good. All right, bearders, beard lovers, beard enthusiasts. Peace and love. Enjoy y'all Easter Sunday. Be safe, whatever you do, and always lead with love. All right. Talk to y'all soon. Peace.